right, so what we're going to do is Ravenloft, the scenario, by way of this game called Ironsworn, which I've done some stuff with in the past, and Kaylee has sort of done some stuff with in the past. And the screen went quiet. There we go. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Ironsworn first, because Ravenloft will kind of explain itself as we get going.
Mm-hmm.
The deal with the deal with Ironsworn is you don't just make up your characters; you make up your world. Okay. We're not going to do as much of that because the Ravenloft game that we're going to play is kind of taking care of that for us a little bit. Because it's providing some stuff, but I do want to give you guys sort of a sense of the feel of the thing. Usually, when you set up the game setting, the world, there's some questions you need to answer. Because what you're imagining is a place where you're in this less civilized world, like a new world, where you have left the old world behind. Mm-hmm. And you answer questions like, what is the old world like? Why is this land called the Iron Lands? Why is that special? What kind of people were here in the Ironlands before the Ironlanders? What kind of communities are there? What kind of leaders are there? How are their defenses? How much magic is there? How much religion is there? Do older races exist, like elves and giants and trolls? Or are they just stories that you tell the children? Are the beasts of legend, like griffins and dragons and stuff, true, or are they just old wives' tales? Are there horrors, like beasts and scary vampires? Well, okay, spoilers. We're playing Ravenloft.
There's beasts.
Horrors in the shadows definitely happening.
Yeah.
We're not going to try and make decisions about all these things, but I want to talk about them a little bit. So the first question is about the old world that the Ironlanders are assumed to have left behind for the Ironlands, and we're just discarding this question because it is not relevant to the setting. Yes.
Okay, hear me out.
Are you talking about what I'm talking about, or are you talking about what you're drawing on your sheet?
Okay, hear me out. This is an early design, but giants.
Okay, I'll file that away. Thank you. I'm just filing that away. All right, Iron. The next question is, why are the Ironlands called the Ironlands? But normally we wouldn't really need to answer this, but I like the second option that we can choose from, so I'm making a note of it anyway. Now, this is the description that they give for the reason that the Ironlands are called the Ironlands. The weather is bleak. Rain and wind sweep in from the ocean. The winters are long and bitter. And someone complained, only those made of iron can possibly live in a place this desolate. Mm-hmm. And it kind of stuck. It's not really an official name, but it's kind of the unofficial name for this hard place. We don't need legacies. What are the communities like? We are few in number in this land. Most rarely have any I am talking, and I need you to not be. Okay? Can you guys sit? Thank you. All right. So, communities. We're few in number in this land. Most people rarely have contact with anyone outside of their small village or steading, and strangers are generally viewed with suspicion. Okay? Outsiders are generally viewed with suspicion. Who leads? Leadership is as varied as the people. Some communities are governed by the head of a powerful family. Others have a council of elders who make decisions and settle disputes. In others, priests hold sway over everybody. For some, they decide everything with duels in a circle. There's also a slightly more complicated answer if you're talking about Ravenloft. Mm-hmm. How do we defend ourselves? Now, this is kind of an interesting question. I was initially, when I was thinking about this, going to go with supplies are too precious and the lands are too sparsely populated to support any organized fighting forces. When a community is threatened, the people just stand together and try to protect their own. Mm-hmm. But I have another answer, and this is what I'm going to go with, because a slightly more complicated answer, and that's what I'm going to go with, because this is where you guys come in, okay? There are wardens who act as soldiers and guards and militia. They serve many communities by standing sentry, patrolling the surrounding lands, and organizing defenses in times of crisis. Many have strong ties to local communities. Others, called free wardens, are wanderers who hire on to serve a community or protect caravans and then move on. And I'm having you guys do, my assumption is that you guys are a member of this order of free wardens. Okay? And not to put, now if looked at from another point of view, you guys are kind of the freaks. Like, you don't You're the kind of people who don't. You wander from community to community because you really don't fit in. You couldn't pick a community and say, I'm going to stay here now and everybody will accept me, because you're all kind of.
I'm actually planning to be a half bird with sticks for legs and giant raven wings.
A little bit too weird, but
Too weird.
you dress like a bird. We're not doing bird creatures. That's a little bit too beyond the pale. But you speak to birds. You're constantly asking birds for help and stuff like that, and they give it. Which is, I mean, anybody can ask a bird for help. It's when they actually say yes that things start to get a little bit crazy. But yeah, you guys are just you're too far outsiders to really be comfortable in communities, and that's kind of the sort of people that free wardens
Look for.
recruit. Because here's the thing: the kind of people that you either become free wardens or you become one of the things that the free wardens want.
Oh.
Because
I don't know what that means.
it means you become like so much of an outsider that people start to look at you like a monster. Anyway, I kind of like that. I like that. Mysticism. Magic is rare and dangerous, but the few who wield that power are truly gifted. Okay? There's a question here about Firstborn, the elves, and the giants, but it's not especially relevant to the game we're going to do, so I'm just kind of setting it aside.
Okay.
I'm homing in on a pretty human-centric setting with beasts and monsters. Speaking of beasts, which is to say non-intelligent monsters and so forth, monstrous beasts stalk the wild areas of the world, to which I will also add, and the wild areas are basically side by side with what's loosely termed civilization. Like the wilds start up really near like the outside of town.
Yeah.
Okay. Horrors. The monsters you can have a conversation with sometimes. For the world in general, the answer is we are wary of dark forests and deep waterways, for monsters lurk in these places. In the depths of the long night, when all is wreathed in darkness, only fools venture beyond their homes. That's how it is for most of the world. So, not great, right?
Yeah.
But for the world, for the land that we're going to be visiting, the specific place that we're going to be visiting, the answer is a little bit different. This is the answer in the barony of Barovia. Okay?
Okay.
The dead do not rest in these lands. At night, we light torches, scatter salt at the doorways and windows, and post sentries at the gate. It is not enough. They are coming.
Oh.
Dead.
So it's-
Dead is one of my.
Yes, I know. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the world stuff basically answered. We're going to go on to character generation. So for a little bit, I'm just going to pause this thing while we're recording. I'm going to pause the recording so that we can kind of focus on character generation. We'll come back and kind of summarize things. Sorry, what?
The screen went black.
Okay, so we're going to go around real quick and just kind of talk about what characters we came up with. And actually, while we're doing that, I'm going to put them into Roll20 because I want to be able to do stuff with them. So we'll get to that here in a second while I'm doing that. Give me a second to add a couple of characters. Kelly, what is your character's name?
Valerie.
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 All right. Huh. Oh, I see. It can be, okay, that's cool. You can make a character sheet or you can make a shared sheet for everybody. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Health, spirit, and supply are all at 5. Experience is 0. Spent 0. We're not worried. Sights, progress. Okay, we're not doing any of that stuff. What's your edge?
My edge is a 1.
Your heart is a what?
2.
Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, I'm doing this wrong. Edge is 1. Heart is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Iron is
3.
Shadow is
1.
Wits are
2.
cool. You can also get XP from failing too, which is kind of useful. All right. What is your opening vow?
My opening vow is I am on a quest to find my lost wife.
All right. I gotta look up stuff on threats. I don't remember exactly how threats work, but I'm gonna send this one doesn't have a threat. All right.
No.
Please. All right. What are the bonds that you have?
I have a bond with the Free Wardens. It is where I met my wife, and they will help me find her. I have a bond.
Wait. Free wardens. Details. There we go. Details. Oops. Slow. Free wardens will help me find my wife. Cool. Oops. Done. All right. We're gonna add one. What's the next one?
The next one is with Zoe's character,
Whose name is?
Gwen.
Uh-huh.
So we are old friends. We grew up together, and we keep each other out of trouble.
You keep me out of trouble. I don't know how I keep you out of trouble.
I'm thinking more in the
This
past.
is how she sees it.
Thinking more in the past. Like, you kept me out of trouble in the past.
What's your other bond?
With Sean's character, who is Creek, and I don't like Creek, but Gwen does. That's our special little bond that we have.
That's an interesting bond.
You know?
I mean, it's...
Creek is an interesting person. We'll get to that.
Is it my turn?
Hang on. I gotta get her move. Oh, no, not moves. Assets. I need your
I mean,
assets.
I definitely feel the same.
You picked. Okay, so what type of asset is your first asset?
Combat talent.
Combat talent. It is what?
Thunderbringer.
Thunderbringer.
I wield a mighty hammer.
When you face danger, or secure an advantage, or compel. The fact that you compel by hitting or breaking in an enemy is like, do it! Smash! Add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. Valerie smash.
Valerie,
All
smash!
right. What type
Like a
of
whole
what type of
thing.
asset is your next asset?
Path.
It's a path. What's your path?
Loyalist. When you aid your ally.
Hang on. I gotta see if it. Yeah, when you aid your ally, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. This is in addition to any benefits taken by your ally. I have to look up the aid your ally. That's a specific move.
Mm-hmm.
So when you aid your ally, and finally,
I have a ritual called Leech.
reach. Do you?
Yes.
All right, hang on a second. Let me look this guy up. When you mark your hands or weapon with an intricate blood rune, roll iron. Suddenly, I'm the boulder from season 2 of the Avatar. Roll iron. The boulder gets a strong hit. No. The rune on a strong hit. The rune thirsts for fresh blood one time only. When you make a move to inflict harm, reroll any dice. That includes the dice you're rolling against. And inflict +2 harm on a hit. Then, for each point of harm inflicted, take +1 and allocate it as either health or momentum. Holy shit, you
I
can
gain
heal
health
yourself
from
by
hitting.
beating up people.
Yeah.
That is righteous.
Not only do I hit them more,
Badass.
I heal myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
pretty sick.
You're on half. You are almost about to die.
on a weak hit as above, but this asset counts as a debility until the rune's thirst is quenched, which can screw with your momentum and stuff. All right. So nice. You have your Thunderbringer, Loyalist, and Leech. That is
Leechy Loyalist.
wicked cool. I like that a lot.
Be
And your
chilled.
vow. We
Be
haven't got
chilled.
to the.
Ravenloft.
All right. Settings. I gotta play with this character sheet some more because.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff in here. Sites. Oh, I see. Oh, cool. You can set up stuff. Neat. Oh my god, they have really amped up this character sheet since. Alright, so I'm going to save that one and get Valerie and drag her down into characters. I have Sean's up here already, so I'm going to do that one. And what is your character's name? What is your character's name, Sean?
Creek.
Creek. Health 5, Spirit 5, Supply 5, Experience 0, Spend 0. That are your stat. What's your edge?
Edge. 1.
1. What's your heart?
1.
What's your iron?
2.
What's your shadow?
3.
And wits are 2. Correct?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You have a severe heart condition called lack of empathy, called sociopath.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You guys are broken. All right.
You're welcome.
What was your vow? What is your vow that you had there?
I want to learn from the Raven Lord so I can transform into their kind.
Unlock the Raven's secret is probably more accurate and easier to
I'm
do.
going to type down unlock the Raven's secrets because
Fine.
I'm lazy.
and don't feel like typing out the whole story he has written up.
That's good though. I like it. I'm glad you
Zoe. Actually, wait, sorry, I'm
We're not
not.
done yet.
I'm not.
We're not done with my ball.
So I'm not the narrator, so I don't
And
know. why I keep
your thing is an extreme. I forgot to mark what kind of quest you had, Valerie. So we're gonna get back to
Mine
it.
is
Assets.
extreme.
What the heck? Why did it? Weird. I have some of. I must have done up a character for Sean some point. All right. What is your first asset, Sean? What type of thing? Do you have any? Let me ask this question. Do you have any path assets on the cards, Sean? Cards. Do you have any path assets?
Nope.
All right. What's your first asset?
What do you consider
Pick one.
first?
Whichever one you wanted me to do first.
Companion.
Companion. What type of companion is it?
I have a raven.
What's the raven's name?
Imposter.
Imposter the raven.
Oh my god.
You're gonna regret this.
And is he
No,
sly?
I won't.
Is he sly or
Yes.
knowing or diligent?
Sly.
And
So
he
he can help me stab people with more accuracy.
And he has a whopping 2 health. All right. What's the next asset you have? What type of asset is it?
A combat talent.
What is that? Cutthroat?
Mm-hmm.
When you wield a dagger or knife, when you are in a position to strike an unsuspecting foe, choose one of the following. All right. Cool. And what's your last thing? What?
The ritual known as augur. When you summon a flock of crows and ask a single question, roll plus wits. On a strong hit, you interpret their calls as a helpful omen. Envision their response, ask the Oracle adventurer, and take +2 momentum. On a weak hit, the crows ignore your question and offer a clue to an unrelated problem or opportunity in this area. Envision what you earn, ask the Oracle if unsure.
And take momentum. Take +1 momentum. Nice. So
You're
you're
like,
very
what is-
raveny. You've got raveny stuff coming out of your.
I will attack you
Doors.
with my army of birds!
You're like, what is Count Dooku up to? And they're like, have you heard about this recent problem called capitalism?
That's. I mean.
That's if you miss.
I don't know that ravens would really take a.
Also, I don't know why I brought the prequels into this. Count Dooku.
Who that?
Just because it's fine. Just because it's.
He's the old white man with a red lightsaber, and he has white hair, and he talks like this.
Yeah. How do I unclip this?
He's in the Anakin. He's in the Obi-Wan times.
I think you need to put your spirit back.
Yeah. All right.
Where did my spirit go?
You unclipped it. You unclipped your spirit.
She's taking a walk.
Becoming unhinged for myself. Untethered. Unclipped, you might say. All right.
My turn.
And yes, finally, my turn. Character's name
We didn't
is
talk about my bonds.
Skipri Casado.
Wait,
We didn't talk about
we
the
didn't talk
bond.
about
Oh,
his
we didn't do his
bonds.
bond. Okay, hang on.
Skipri Casado?
I
Is
just-
that what you said?
It randomly generates, every time you make a new character, it randomly generates a name. And that's what it came up with.
Skipri Casado?
Skipri Quisquado or something like that. It was a hot
Shaylee,
mess.
what did you get
All right.
scared about?
I almost fell. Actually, I didn't almost fall. I just, my chair went off balance by the tiniest bit, and it freaked me out.
All right, so, Creek, what's your first bond? The free
For
warden.
the free wardens. They took me in and kept me out of trouble.
All right, I'm going to write that in. They took me in and keep me out of trouble, sort of.
Kept. I said kept. Past.
Tense. They don't anymore.
They don't
They've
keep-
stopped trying.
I
pretty
give up.
much.
All right, what is your bond with Gwen?
Gwen is weird, but she likes me, so thumbs up.
Thumbs up emoji. You're like, she thinks of me as a friend, so I guess I have an obligation.
Valerie.
Valerie is absolutely insane, but a useful distraction so I can stab.
That's what you wrote down.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm more. I like to prefer instead of insane, which makes me look like a crazy person who wanders around and draws attention, is more intimidating sort of statue-like, imminent death type of thing.
Nah, indefinite. That's insane.
Less of a Skeppy and more of a Technoblade, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Valerie is a bit crazy, but a useful distraction when I need to conduct shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
How about that?
How
Does that
about
work?
we write Pippin instead?
When
Because we all know.
My name is not Pippin.
when I need to conduct Pippin Tookness,
When I need to be.
when I need to be Pippin,
When I need to be.
she is my Mary Duck.
What's the...
She's my Gandalf.
When I
She's my Boromir.
Treebeard. When I need
Too
when
soon?
I need
I
to
don't
be
want to be a Boromir. I don't want to be a Boromir.
Treebeard.
All right,
Treebeard. When I
Yeah.
need to
I don't need
need
a
to
phone.
activate shenanigans, my name is not Creek. It is Pippin.
character.
When shenanigans need to ensue,
All right.
change name to Pippin.
Okay.
And
All right.
and
Sean,
enjoy the
hey,
view as he ends
bud.
destroy Isengard.
But it's Zoe's turn. All right. Zoe, what is your edge? What is Gwen's edge?
2,
Nice. What's her heart?
3,
Wow. What's her iron?
1,
What's her shadow?
1,
Oh my God. What's her wits?
2.
All
None
right.
of us have bad wits.
Nothing.
We're all a little witty.
God help you. All right. What's your first
Some of
vow?
us more than others.
The vow.
Where is it?
Right there. That one.
Put my spirit companion to rest.
Wow, why did you say it like that? It's such an obligation.
And it's extreme. All right. And we're going to do your assets. What is your first asset? It's these guys over here.
What type is it?
What type is it?
Combat
Let's not do that one. Let's do that one last.
companion.
Companion is a what?
An owl.
All right. Are they nocturnal, a sage, or embodying? What did you check?
Nocturnal, and its name is Baku.
Baku. Baku. Okay. All right. We're gonna add another one. What's the next asset?
Path.
What's the path?
A spirit bound. I am haunted by someone whose death you caused through your actions or failures. When you consult with their spirit to secure an advantage or gather information, add +1 and take 2+2 momentum on a hit. On a weak hit, also endure stress. 1 stress.
Okay.
Its name is Janica.
Janica. Janica the spirit, also your sister. And
Kind of sad.
kind of sad. Yeah. And the last thing is a combat talent.
It's my staff.
Shh, shh, shh. Combat talent is staff. Let's find long arm. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And you automatically have to pick in your hands. A humble staff is a deadly weapon, causing 2 harm. When you instead use it as a simple weapon, 1 harm, you may strike. When okay, you can either use it to do 2 harm, or if you use it for just 1 harm, you may strike or clash using edge instead of iron. If you do that, you can add +1 and take +1 momentum on hit. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. I kind of misunderstood that.
Time for
initially.
my bonds.
Time for your bonds. All right, so your first bond, I'm going to check the bond marker here. Your first bond is with the Free Wardens at my request. Wardens. And what's the description of your Free Wardens bond?
The Free Wardens keep me from being burned as a witch because I have an owl following me and a spirit.
Because you're kind of creepy.
Although, to be fair, you're the only one with, or the other, it's kind of funny. She's the one who's got that down, but you're the only two with any actual, rituals that you do.
Nobody said it was accurate.
We might have to take out long arm and replace it with a ritual so you can at least have some creepy magic going on.
Maybe
We'll see.
you should get a leech.
I don't know about this. I don't know
No,
about the
which is mine.
simulacrum. Although that would be cool. I mean,
That
she
would
could
be
just.
so cool.
That would be cool. We have to talk about that. We'll have to talk more. You and I, we'll just talk.
We'll have to have a conversation.
Right now, it's a conversation.
My second.
Then your owl could give you a bonus on your ritual for the simulacrum, so your owl would help you control the simulacrum.
My second vow
Bond.
bond is
With Greek?
yes. Creek is a bird person. I get him.
Creek is a bird person. I get him.
And
He
my
completes me. No. Valerie.
Valerie knows enough to listen to me. ... Sometimes.
Knows enough to listen to me. Sometimes. Gotcha. Cool. All right. I think that is everything that we need to explain right now or do right now. So we're going to take a break because that took a while.
Victory! I am freed from the bonds of character creation.
Right. And now, so we're going to hang out for a little bit and then we're going to come back and actually get started and get you guys to the mystical, magical, foggy, oh so very foggy lands of Barovia.
Kaylee, can you sketch me a picture of like a character with a staff that has like a spirit following them and an owl on the shoulder?
Yeah, you just have to let me know the details later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. And finally, Leo Kova is going to be my guy. He has, oh, where'd my thing go? Leo has a edge of 3, heart and iron of 1, shadow and wits of 2. He's out to discover the truth behind the missing free wardens. His assets are Wayfinder for traveling, that kind of thing. He's a bowman because his iron is terrible. He's an archer, and he's an herbalist because these damage sponges are going to need a healer. So I basically made somebody to kind of support everybody else. So there you go. Bonds are the free wardens raised me as a foundling. Their life is the only one I've known. Creek and Gwen, I'm glad they have bird familiars because I can use their fallen feathers to fletch arrows. Dogs! And Valerie is dangerous and stout, but I wonder if she would abandon us all for her lost love. So, next time, we are going to actually